Hello all, today we will be discussing the answer key for day 25 of our 30 days revision plan. Let's move on to question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding Project Elephant. It was launched in 1991-92 as a centrally sponsored scheme to assist those states having viable elephant population. The project aims at the protection of wild elephants, their habitat and corridor only, and does not include the welfare of domesticated elephants. Which of the above statements is or are true? Project Elephant is a flagship program to ensure the welfare of wild elephants and also the domesticated elephants as well. Because it is an all-encompassing project, it will include all types of conservation, not only the wild animals but also the domesticated ones as well. So the second statement will be incorrect. So option 1 is the correct answer because it is launched in 1991-1992 as a centrally sponsored scheme as well. So first statement is correct. So option A is the answer. Moving on to second question. Snow leopards are found in which of the following Indian states? Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh. Snow leopards are generally found in the higher reaches of alpine ecosystem or temperate ecosystem. All these states have higher elevation of Himalayas. They are not these states like Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh has very high peaks as well. So there is a possibility that there are very high reaches of alpine ecosystems in these states. So all of these states have significant presence of snow leopards. So second question, option D is the correct answer. Third question, what is the local name of sacred groves in Rajasthan? Kovil Kadu, Orans, Devlas, Gumpa Forest. From the name itself, you can eliminate two options. Kovil Kadu is more likely a South Indian name. So option A can be eliminated. Also, Gumpa Forest. Gumpa Forest, it sounds like a northeast name. So option A and option D can be eliminated using that those names. Those names correspond to South India and northeastern names. So option A and D can be eliminated. Out of the 50-50, try to attempt one. Orans is the correct answer. Option B, Orans is the correct answer. It is a sacred grove's name in Rajasthan. Fourth question, consider the following statements regarding gharials. The gharials, also known as the fish-eating crocodile, is native to the northern part of the southern Indian subcontinent. The gharial is listed as critically endangered on the IUCN Red List. They are generally found in saltwater ecosystems. Gharials are extremely endemic. They are located in very few patches in India. They are listed as critically endangered because their number of species is very less. The most natural habitat of gharials are Chambal River. Chambal River is actually a freshwater river that runs across the borders of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. So the third statement saying they are generally found in saltwater ecosystem is incorrect. 1 and 2 is the correct answer. Fourth question, option B. Fifth question, consider the following mangrove areas: Bidharganika, Pichavaram, Kundapur. Which among the above is or are situated on the eastern coast of India? Bidharganika mangroves is in Odisha. Pichavaram mangroves is in Tamil Nadu. So both 1 and 2 are obvious ones. So it will be either option B or option D. The third one, Kundapur, is less famous among the mangrove forests in India. They are located in the western coast in the state of Karnataka. So it is actually located in the western coast. So 1 and 2, option B is the correct answer for fifth question. Now moving on to the sixth question, consider the following statements regarding Wildlife Protection Act. This act provides for the protection of country's wild animals, birds and plant species. The National Board for Wildlife was constituted as a statutory organization under the provisions of this act. The both statements are correct. Wildlife Protection Act is mainly designed to protect our wildlife. Okay, this was enacted during 1972. Several amendments has been passed. During these amendments, several additional protection safeguards has also been instituted to protect our wildlife. So, first statement is correct, and the second statement, the National Board for Wildlife, which is a major environmental institution that gives approvals for the major environmental projects, environmental or economic development projects that have an significance or an impact on the environment. So this National Board for Wildlife is actually chaired by Prime Minister of India. The second statement is also correct. It was constituted as a statutory organization under Wildlife Protection Act. Sixth question, both the options are correct. Option C. Seventh question, what do you understand by ecological footprint? The impact of a person or community on the environment expressed as the amount of land required to sustain their use of natural resources. The capacity of a given biologically productive area to generate an ongoing supply of renewable resources and to absorb its spillover waste. The capacity of an ecosystem to respond to a perturbation or disturbance by resisting damage and recovering quickly. The point at which a relatively small change or disturbance in external conditions causes a rapid change in an ecosystem. All these statements correspond to each different terms. Option A corresponds to ecological footprint. Ecological footprints by our common knowledge intends to an impact. Footprints are normally left over where there is a lasting impact. So that is actually corresponded by option A. Option B is actually a capacity. It is the capacity of biological resources. So option B is actually biological capacity, biocapacity. And option C is ecological resilience. How resilient an ecosystem is. That resilience is defined in the option C. And the option D is actually an ecological threshold. Above the threshold, the environment faces gradual and everlasting changes. So seventh question, option A is the answer. Moving to eighth question, national parks are primarily focused on one species. The alteration of the boundary of a national park requires recommendations of the National Board for Wildlife. The first statement, the national parks are primarily focused on one species. That is actually wildlife sanctuaries. Wildlife sanctuaries are particularly focused on one species. So the first statement is incorrect. Second statement is actually correct. The alteration of the boundary of a national park requires recommendation from National Board for Wildlife. National Board for Wildlife, as we already discussed, it gives approval for the major changes. It gives approval for major projects that require environmental clearances as well. So eighth question, option B is the correct answer. First statement is wrong. Second statement is only correct. Ninth question, consider the following statements regarding national policy on electronics 2019. Policy envisions positioning India as a global hub for electronic system design and manufacturing. Policy provides special packages of incentives for mega projects which are extremely high-tech and entail huge investments such as semiconductor, facilities, display fabrication, etc. It creates sovereign patent fund to promote the development and acquisition of IPs in ESDM sector. National Policy on Electronics 2019 is the question. National Policy on Electronics 2019 or any policy in general, it will have overambitious targets or it will be very rich in targets that aims India to be self-sufficient in every matter. Okay, in the case of electronics also, we are heavily dependent on other countries like China. So our major focus will be on improving our R&D, improving our technology, attracting foreign direct investments. So every such type of instances will be there. Also, there will be a special focus on intellectual property rights protection, because intellectual property rights protection is very crucial in electronics. If any of the company finds a new technology, it should be given to them only, and it should not be misused by any other agencies. So there will be some provisions for patent as well. So all the statements are correct. Ninth question, option D. 10th question, consider the following statements regarding Direct Tax Vivad Se Vishwas Act 2020. It provides an opportunity to taxpayers to settle tax disputes by paying due taxes with complete waiver of interest and penalty till June 30. It is applicable to all the appeals bar petitions filed by taxpayers or the Income Tax Department with the following forms: Commission of Income Tax Appeals, Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, High Court or Supreme Court as on the 31st day of January 2020, irrespective of whether demand in such cases is pending or has been paid. The Direct Tax Vivad Se Vishwas Act 2020, it provides for a better opportunity for the citizens to settle their direct tax disputes. Okay. It is directly mentioned in the question itself that it is Direct Tax Vivad Se Vishwas Act. So all the matters will be related to direct tax dispute redressals. So the first statement is correct and the second statement is also correct. It is applicable to all the appeals and petitions filed under various agencies, including that of court. So both the statements are correct. 10th question, option C is the answer. That's it for today's discussion. Tomorrow we will continue with the rest of environment. Thank you.